Always be jazzy. Okay.
Martha, I think you got to send it to her because it said it didn't open. She said it didn't open.
Martha has her number. Where everybody go? Oh, there you go. I see Martha's picture.
I'm trying to turn on my laptop.
Okay.
Did you send it, Martha?
I don't have her number.
Okay. This is crazy. Let me see. 216.
You'll text it to me.
Okay, hold on. Share.
Hold on. I'm gonna just end this real quick.
Okay. I'm just gonna have to send it like this. I just did it.
Leslie, I have some kind of a message from Leo today.
To me?
Yeah,
Oh, he missed me. That's the only thing he could say.
he did, and he said, "Oh, I wish Leslie was over here." And he cried a little bit, but
Because he's scared of you.
oh no. He literally he said he will see you when you see on Monday. That's what he said.
No, he worked this weekend, don't he? Saturday?
Oh yeah, he see you on Sunday, yeah.
Yeah. Lisa, what you drinking? Coffee?
Heck yeah. Be up late.
Okay, I'm ready to start. It's 5 after.
Okay,
She should
I
be
sent it to
on.
her.
Okay.
All right, let's get started.
And she could just jump in.
Yep.
Let me know, Martha.
Yeah, go ahead. We're ready.
Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Life Talks with Martha, Lisa, and myself, Leslie. Tonight we will be talking about family together, family, the dynamics of family. It seems nowadays family only come together when death happens or hard time. No more family reunions like they used to be, no real connections like before. Tonight we want to change that. We want to talk, we want to listen, and we want to remind each other what family really means. So, I have several questions that I want to ask you guys of how to keep, family together. So, the first question will be, hold on, look through my notes. What do you believe caused family to drift apart over time? Anybody can answer. We have 3 minutes to answer a question. Nobody? What do you believe causes family to drift apart over time?
I know. Okay, go ahead. You want to go?
Go ahead. No, just go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
I think communication, lack of communication, has a lot to do with that. When death occurs, um, if the mother or father didn't leave a will or didn't set standards for the kids, then the kids will fall out. Well, mommy wanted me to have that car, or daddy wanted me to have this, and daddy want to have. And instead of coming to some kind of mutual agreement, they fall out and they don't even speak to each other anymore. And then their kids don't know each other, and then them kids don't know each other. So we have the separation. So I think it's a lot, to me, some communication has a lot to do with it.
Anybody else?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll take on from over there. Again, communication is one of the key things that come up, but apparently there should be love that it should be in the family. Like, I mean, growing up from where I was, there was a lot of love with everyone that we did watch in our families. And you would see families, uncles, everyone connected around. I think there's no love no more. People only care about themselves. People are becoming more selfish over and over because the only thing that is uniting us is death in the family and then maybe cookouts, but you hardly find someone following up to find anyone and say, hey, how are you doing? Getting in touch with each other. I mean, we have siblings that we don't even talk to on a daily basis or even send a text or 2 3 days apart. And I think it's the love has drifted away. Again, it all starts with the relationship in the house, the parents. How have they left us? How have they raised? What legacy are they leaving behind? Because all in all, even though we are family members, there should be love in between that is holding us together. We can be family members when we don't even love each other. That's one of the things. Like people have to go back to the basics. What is love in a family? How do we see this? Is it being passed on from generation to generations? Is your grandfather, how did they treat your parents? How are your parents treating you? How are you treating your kids? And it should be a pattern to follow on. Again, communication is part of that, but I think it is more of showing love to one another that was held back then, that is not there right now at this moment.
Okay. So communication, that's one. So why do some family members choose distant instead of communication? Why people, I mean, you have to talk, you have to communication, you have to show in that love, like you said, Isaac, you know, it's lost. Everything is lost. I can't speak on nobody family but my family. It's lost. Everything my mother held it together and everything now is lost. It's empty. It's love there, but it's empty.
Yeah. It
You
kind
know.
of, for me, goes back to like the traditions too. Like, there's not as many traditions nowadays as there used to be, where it was a family tradition to get together for Christmas or Easter or the holidays. And like nowadays, you have to work so much. Like, I have two siblings left in my family, and it's hard between working, second job, kids, your own small family, and then trying to find time to hang out with my sister or my brother or my aunt or my uncle or my cousins. It's just there's lack of time.
Yeah.
So, Martha, anybody, how do you show love when words don't come easily? You said communication, you said love. So,
I think by being there, that shows love.
Yeah.
You know,
Or the
like
little things.
well, you said being there. If
yeah,
we
like
only have, if we only meet up when somebody passed or hard times, like it's just me and my sister. I mean, we have other family, but right there in that, my mother kids, I lost my brother, I lost my mother, I lost my father, my grandparents. It's just me and Robin. You see what I'm saying? So it's hard. Like my kids don't communicate with hers. My mother held everything down. Now it's empty.
So,
So I don't know. It get teary.
so the question should be, how do you ladies continue the legacy of your mom? How do you hold on to that? I understand every family have their own issues, and again, I I will refer to my family a little bit. And again, growing up in I mean, in Africa, it's totally a different setup. We do have what we call an extended family. Our families are large. They're very, very big, and it comprises of a lot of uncles and aunties. Our grandparents stick over there, And even though they are left and the grandparents have gone, we do have a family chain of leadership that holds everyone together. And I understand it's totally a different world from over here and over there. And I really think like we need to go back to the basics of what makes a family and how do we continue with this kind of here? Because like you said, you and your sister, you can talk, but the kids don't talk. How do we troubleshoot that kind of communication, like Al said up over there prior to this, that how do we continue this? It shouldn't about someone dying or someone having an accident or someone getting in trouble for us to kind of get together to discuss all these issues. I think there should be a pattern of maybe a monthly call or to reach out to one another. Again, everyone should feel comfortable to reach out to the other person, regardless of what kind of differences you guys have. Again, myself and my young brother, we may disagree about a lot of things, but I reach out to him, he reaches out to me regardless. And I think there should be communication regardless of the situation going on.
So when me and my sister, we do talk daily or every other day, but you can't drive a car without a battery. It takes two people to make things work when it's just us and our kids. Not talking about the other family. So if I'm doing everything and she's not, it's not going to work. It's not. I don't care how you put it, it's not going to work. I love my sister, but it's just not going to work. So. Well, that's enough for me, for my family, because I start getting teary-eyed because I miss my
Right.
best friend, my mother, so much, and it's hard.
See, that's kind of like a thing too, because everybody's love language is different.
Mhm.
So what might not be enough for you might be enough for her too. Do you know what I mean? Some people just aren't good at keeping in contact or showing their love as much as another. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes you have to just accept what you can get.
Yeah,
Sometimes, you know what I mean? And just hold
yeah.
on to what you still have. And then maybe initiate some kind of get together once a month or like a family dinner or some type of tradition that our parents used to do or our aunt used to do or something, you know?
Yeah. Some people can, I can't. I mean, like I
Um,
said, you only could do so much. I don't,
Yeah,
that's just like a phone call. I'm not gonna keep reaching out and you don't reach back. Enough is
right.
enough.
but you
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 think-
can't stop though. Just because they're not doing it. Stop looking like that, Robin, with that ugly face. Stop doing that. You
I
don't
can't.
understand. If you don't do it, then who? Then who?
I don't
Then
know.
who?
Ask Martha.
Then the ball drops. So, like back in the day, it's been brought to my attention. Like when we were younger, especially African Americans. Nothing against you, Lisa. um, we stuck together because we had to, because of our resources, and because we didn't have the circumstances. The circumstances kept us bonded together so that we can help each other. Now we got a little bit of education, we got a little bit of money, and we are kind of like crabs in a barrel. Like I'm above you now. You can hold up and wait a minute, but we still need each other. Love is strong, and the love is
Yeah.
the love is gone. So like I have uh every now and then I have a Sunday dinner with my family just because whoever shows up. Whoever don't. Be it work, be it their child got to play or whatever, but they know that the dinner is there. They come, they come. They don't, they don't. You can't control nobody but yourself, but keep sending out the invitation.
Well,
Well, I
I'm
don't
Don't
think
with,
stop,
no.
Martha. Don't
Go
stop.
ahead, Martha.
huh,
Go ahead, Martha.
I'm sorry.
no, no, no. I'm just gonna say, like, I kind of agree with Leslie. It's like you can only try so much before you get tired. Like, you get tired of calling. It's a one-way street. The only time you hear from people is when they want something from you or when you reach out to them. Like, after a while, that gets tiring. You may try more to with certain people of your family, depending on the type of bond you have with them. But eventually you get tired of doing that. And at some point in time, you need to focus on your family. And for me, I give the same energy I'm giving.
True. And for the record, Earl, everybody, they everywhere. North Carolina, South Carolina, Atlanta, everybody just spread it out. So it's really only me and Robin still here. You know, her kids, they
Well, then
everywhere.
invite you and Robin and Robin's kids for dinner.
Robin is boring.
It doesn't matter. She's still your sister. And how
I love her.
hard is
I
it-
talk to her every
How
day.
hard is it? How hard is it to sacrifice
She
one day
boring.
for a loved one? How hard is it? That's showing up. That's love.
Yeah, well, we used to see each other until she decided to leave. But we talk every day. So it is what it is. Yeah, so I don't know.
Again, Leslie, every family dynamics are totally different. It takes one person, and not everyone's gonna be like you. Not everyone's gonna have the same sentiments as you are. And it's one of those tricky things. Like, it's not like you both of you have the same interest, and it's not like everyone in your family is gonna want to do what you want to do, but one of you guys gotta go ahead and start the fire and show the rest of them who don't want to be part of it, like, hey, it's for the good of the family. Um, I do have a family group right now, for all the grandkids of my all the grandkids of my grandfather. We are all in that group. Of course, we have some people who come in and discuss things that are irrelevant, which we kind of, well, just look on and say, okay, that's his opinion. And then we have those who come and say, hey guys, we have a situation going on. This is a common cause. We gotta come together and kind of help each other. That happens every now and then. Again, it's a family group. Yeah, I mean, you may choose to opt out. You can sign out and exit it. It's fine. But at least we try to kind of, one of us kind of maintain that as a legacy. And even if we're not over there, we're looking at how do we keep our kids and everyone together in the family? How do we know each other? It's really, really sad. Like, you may even go somewhere out of town and you don't even know your relatives. You may even get in trouble when your relatives just next door and you don't even know who they are. So it's really, really important. And I appeal to you to kind of, if you can't, just start a family group, put everyone in there and say, hey guys, this is a group for just saying, getting to know each other and say hi. That is it. And maybe it could help.
I thought about it. I thought about it.
I don't want to be in any more group text messages. It's not just a family thing. I just get tired of it because you get one person sends a message, then 15 people like it, then you get in 15 more messages. Like, no, that is terrible. Like, I don't want my phone dinging all day long for one text message. So for me, it's a no. But then on the other hand, like, how do you mend family relationships when the other family member act as though they did nothing wrong? There's no accountability. That also hinders relationships you have with your family.
That's true.
I just want to kind of say some things. One of the way I kind of carry myself, I can only control 10% of what happens. The rest of it, which is the 90%, comprises of everyone in the world that I don't control. I will only put in my input. You may you dismiss it. That is up to you, and that's what I do with our family. And if you can just contribute your 10%, you don't have to carry the whole weight. Anyone can be on board. I guarantee you there are people out there in your family who are interested in joining, that will be interested in working with you. Your nieces, your nephews that you don't talk to, they'll say, hey, maybe we can talk to Auntie through this channel, or maybe get to know her better. The distance is the problem, I think, at this point.
So what do you do when you say, well, okay, I'm just gonna be out. My mother had told my niece, hey, why you don't call me? No, you don't call me. She told my mother, which I had to walk out. She said, well, Mama, sometimes that's what we call my mother, Mama. Sometimes you have to reach out for somebody to reach back out to you. This is a kid talking to my mother like that.
Leslie, I understand where you're coming from, and it's painful. Definitely, it is painful
Yeah.
to see a young person respond like that. But let us not forget the times we are in right now. If the parent, the parents did not push so hard to instill manners, to instill certain things in us growing up, it would be a different story as well for us. The generation currently we are dealing with has learned everything off social media. They have learned everything off YouTube. Their life they are living is not as practical as your life was when mama was over there. There is no day you ever told her no in your life.
It wasn't.
It was not acceptable. Right
Every blue
now,
moon.
every right now, everyone can say no, even when they are wrong. They can't be corrected. So we are dealing with different times. The era is totally different, and I will appeal to you to put a deaf ear on that note and carry the legacy forward. You gotta reach out and show them, hey, this is a good cause for us as a family, and it can help us as a block. You guys together is a unit. Each of you on their own, you will not sustain the pressures of the world. You gotta send a message out there.
I'm gonna try one more time, like a Zoom where the family could meet up once a month. But I'm not gonna force nobody.
No one is obliged to be there. If they have shifts to cover, it is okay. They don't have to be there. Even if it is 2 people, even if it is 4 people, it will be enough.
Mhm.
Yes.
Lisa, Martha.
I don't have anything to add.
Okay. So let me get another question. Let me go. Okay. Where's Earl? You're right. It is. This younger generation is totally different from my generation. You know, we used to, it's like it was mandatory. Every year there was a family reunion where family get together. Hey, cuz, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. But now it's just like you have a family reunion, it'd be like this. When it used to be like this, you know. And I'm gonna say this, Isaac. Used to work with a lot of Africans and a lot of Jamaicans. Y'all are a close-knit family. It's like it's a tradition for y'all to be like that. And that's how we were, but not like you guys. You know, you have people that venture off and want to see people. Dad's not in the scene. You know, you got to go over here on the mama side, and then you have to go on the daddy side because them two can't get along. The mother and the father. So, you know, but when you born, you mostly close to the mother side if they don't make it than the father side. Because I know my father's side, but I don't know them all. I don't know the new generation. And I just hopefully and pray that my daughter don't start dating somebody on my dad's side. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, it's just, I don't know. But I look at my son-in-law, my grandkids, um, father, he's Jamaican, and they are a very close-knit family. And I get jealous because I had it, but it's gone. I do. I'm not gonna lie. I get jealous. Like, God, I wish that was my family. I wish me and my sister could pull it together. You know, but I don't know. Earl,
Yes,
Are you listening?
I'm listening. You and your sister need to pull it together.
Well, Maya, do you have anything to say?
Do I have anything to say?
You or Maya?
Maya
We
is
are live.
Maya's not with me right now. I have a lot to say.
Well, say it.
Um, I just don't. But family do fall out. My aunt had a saying, and my aunt had a lot of sayings, and one of her sayings was, "Teeth bite tongue, but they don't fall out." And I didn't know what that meant for a long time. Um, yeah, I might say something that'll sting you, but
Mhm.
at the end of the day, we still together. We still blood. We still united. I may hurt your feelings, but we're still family. Teeth bite tongue, but they don't fall out. It'll hurt, but we still united. So now, if I say something to you that'll hurt your feelings, instead of me and you, we may take a day or two, but instead of us coming back together, F that be. I don't want to talk to them no more. They did to me. I screw them. You know, I don't know where that mentality comes from,
I hear
but
that.
we can't get past that. Uh, I have a cousin and we fell out and we didn't even talk about it. We just called each other like after a little period and was like, "What's up? What you doing?" You know, we knew what it was. Like we're family at the end of the day. I know you're gonna need me at some point. I'm gonna need you. My family's not like everybody's family. I got a sister, my youngest sister don't talk to me. I don't know why. She doesn't talk to any of her siblings. Um, I don't know what that's about. I think that's because my dad died and she is she's grieving in her own way. I don't know why people fall out in families, but it's not what it once was. Communication is everything. If you're mad with me, let me know. You know, I'm always going biblical. If you have an art with your brother, then you should confront them. You should say, "Hey, Isaac is my brother. Hey, bro, I don't like what you said to me in front of everybody or putting I told you a secret and you told everybody. I'm upset. My feelings are hurt. Now, instead of me and Isaac dealing with that, I got an attitude. F Isaac. I don't know if I never see him again. You know what I mean? Instead of communicating about it, and I'm not saying that's in all cases. Um, I'm just saying in some cases they just don't communicate. I don't know why.
It's nobody. It's just
Communication is very important.
in everything.
In life, in everything, is very important. If you don't communicate, the other person does not know what you're thinking or what you're feeling. You need to communicate that. And that will squash a lot of this oh, I thought you knew. No, what you mad about? I don't even know what you're upset about. You didn't tell me. I can't read your mind. You can't read my mind. You don't know why I'm mad with you, but I'm mad with you. But I ain't told you why I'm mad with you. We're playing guessing games. I don't know.
So if I have a sister or brother and they piss me off, well, I'm the type, I'm a talker. I want to know why. But I don't know where I'm going with this. But why do people, not me and you, Earl, because we in a different era, hold grudges? This is blood. This is not somebody that you met. This is blood. I see it a lot. And like you said, they be like, forget her. I ain't talking to her no more. And they hold them grudges for years.
I don't know why.
But sometimes though, I don't think it's holding a grudge. Sometimes it's when is enough enough? When do you draw the line and say, regardless of being my family, you've hurt me so many times, like this is it. Enough's enough. I'm not gonna deal with this anymore. Like at some point
Yeah.
you just can't keep forgiving and forgiving people because then they just gonna keep doing the same behavior because they know you're gonna just keep forgiving them. So
But are
I
you
think that also
communicating
breaks up
about it?
families because at some point you got to draw a line and say, I choose me over trying to fix this because obviously it's not working.
Right. So do
See,
you think it caused more pain?
I mean, maybe, but at some point, like, for instance, I have family that don't talk, but at some point they've crossed the line. Like at some point, when does, your relationships, for example, my mom and my brother don't speak because at some point, as her son, you cross the line, calling her out of her name and calling her, you know what I'm saying? Like at some point,
you know, all
enough
the
enough. Like just because you say sorry and then keep doing the same thing over and over again, at some point, like for my mental health, it's time to just walk away.
Yeah.
Now,
See,
do I think they should never talk again? No. And we've had that discussion because then, now our younger generation gets involved. Like, now you're missing out on your grandson. And so, at some point, yes, you have to forgive, but I do get like, no, I would never speak to him again either if he spoke to me the way he's spoken over and over and over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I think sometimes yes, it can be grudges, but sometimes it can be the person being hurt saying enough's enough.
I also think that everything starts at home. Um, I must say this, and it's kind of funny. And me and my cousins laugh about it. On my dad's side, my father's brother did something. He stole some money from a family member, and however they were raised, my my dad and his siblings, they were upset, but they stuck by their brother. Yeah, he wrong, but he's still our brother. I think that bond starts at home. I think you got to teach your kids. Everything for me starts at home. You got to, let them know what you can take and what you can't take. I think everything starts at home. That's just my opinion.
You're right. But if you're wrong, you're wrong. You can't just go taking money. And then
No,
if I can take some money,
no,
I'm not gonna,
I didn't want to put my family business out there,
I
but
know.
all eyes looked like he broke into my grandfather's house and stole $5,000. Everybody was pissed. Everybody was pissed. But the next family gathering, he was there. He was kind of humbled by it. He swore it wasn't him. All routes pointed to him. Everything pointed to him. But the siblings stuck together. They was like, yeah, we know you did it. We love you, but we got to make this right. They did whatever they did, but they stuck together. My grandmother instilled in them kids, y'all a unit, regardless. Even if your brother or sister is wrong, that's your brother and sister. Y'all fix it, get it together, and y'all stay together as tight until my father died. They still tight as glue. They tight. I don't even when and my point is my aunt insulted my sister. And my sister told my dad about it. It was a couple of people witnessed it. My father was like, you take the higher road. That's my sister. She was wrong, but you take the higher road. I don't know what that bond is, but she instilled that in them.
I just think me, if Robin do something wrong, and I know she did something wrong, we close. I'm not gonna stand behind you. You was wrong. Period. You know, that's just pushing it out like, hey, I
I'm
could do
saying
it again.
call them out on it, and move on. You got to call them out. Hey, Robin, you did X, Y, and Z. That wasn't cool. We're going to fix this
Exactly.
situation. Let's talk about it. Let's move on. You are my sister. I love you, but you were wrong.
Right.
Now let's move on. How do you move from there? You fix the pieces. Now, if Robin is constantly doing this, then yes, you got to draw the line. Robin, you can't come over my house. Because you keep bringing drama. You have to set the stage for that. But a lot of stuff starts at home. You and Robin ain't there.
Yeah, it starts at home. Don't get me wrong. It starts at home. But as you get older, you could teach your kids the best how to be respectful. They get around that wrong crowd and they'll go all the way left. Everything started at home to me. But
Absolutely.
everybody has their own mind.
Absolutely. I do agree with that 100%. Parenting is broken at the moment in most families. And with broken parenting, that's why we have a lot of bad things happening because parents have turned to be friends of their kids as well. The kids are adults. They are literally not being kids, being told what to do and showed what to do. And it has caused a lot of issues in the current time where the young ones feel like they don't need to be told anything. Us growing up, it's a totally different thing. I mean, we're not in another generation, actually. I do argue with people about it. We are in the same generation, only that we were born earlier and you guys were born now. And it's not anything different because we're using the same social media using and everything. We don't go off attacking everyone we see, and we have respect for our elders. The respect is out of the door. That was yesterday. They don't know who to talk to. They don't know how to address issues. They don't know how to compromise, which is really a very, very tough thing for them as we go ahead. Again, parenting is the most biggest thing that needs to be addressed if we need to have the family that we saw growing up.
Gentle parenting, that's the issue.
Yeah.
We knew better. Like, I knew to not disrespect my elders when I was growing up. I was the baby, so my mom was older when she had me. She was like 38. So she was like that moral driven older woman born in 38. But yeah,
I gentle parenting until I don't.
Right.
until it's not working.
Well, you have to gentle parent now. You'll go to jail.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. Because everyone will call the police and everything's
Right.
child abuse and oh my goodness. Any more questions, Leslie?
Wait a minute, hold on. I was yeah, I do have another question. Like, it goes to back what Lisa has said, that her mother was old, like 38 when she had you.
Yeah.
My mother was, when she had me, she was 15.
Okay.
So it was my grandparents. My grandmother is Creole. My grandfather is from the South. And somehow they linked up and got together.
Oh, wow.
But my mother had my sister at 13, me at 15, my brother at 16. So that's what I'm saying. We was like this. My mother
Right.
was my mother, but still my sister. But I knew not to disrespect this lady that brought me in.
Right.
So we was close, you know. Yeah, so I don't know. I just sometimes, I know things changes, but sometimes I wish they didn't because it used to be so peaceful. We about to
Yeah.
go over your cousin's house and you bet not touch nothing.
Right.
Your ass on that couch and don't ask for nothing.
Don't be disrespectful. You're gonna get it. Don't
And you be
embarrass
sitting
me.
just like this.
And
You
I
know
don't
that,
care how
Earl,
long
don't
you
you?
ask or who you ask, you ain't spending the night tonight. You going
Right. And they give you that look or take that arm and twist it
The
like
little pinch.
right.
that. My mother had that bad. And I'm looking at her because, I'm going to talk about family. But my mother, I was in the 3rd grade. So, like I said, my mother had me when she was 15. She came to the school. She had these 2 long ponytails. And everybody, kids, who mama is that? Everybody want to straighten up. Like, who mama is that? I was like, that's my sister. Because she had these 2 long ponytails and she supposed to be my mother. And back in the day, you used to like the wigs, grandma look. And, my grandmother was more like my mother, but I knew who my mother was. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just wish things didn't have to change because now this world right now is just totally like left. That's my
Yeah.
favorite word, left. Because they can't get it right and understand the true meaning of family. I see you twisting your lips, Maya. What you got to say?
Well, I believe you too, but I don't want to go to the dark side of some reasons why families aren't family anymore too. Like one of the reasons why I felt is because, like I was talking to Earl, education and resources, the lack thereof is what brought everybody together initially, but also when some of the family breakdown, the dynamic is those things that we don't talk about that happens amongst family secrets, family generational things, to where when you know better, you do better. And so certain generations have, developed a sense of courage to come from out of that, to say, well, you know what, we're no longer keeping family secrets. And when people try to bring stuff to the forefront, now the family crumbles, because old school also was taught like we don't speak on certain things, or you gonna forgive them, or or that's just your cross to bear, or you understand what I'm saying? So
Yes.
it's a lot of things that I feel that brought down the dynamic of family, the ugly part of quote unquote family.
I understand. It was back in my days, it
And,
was a lot
and
of secret.
so and so it's that unhealed trauma mechanism. You know what I'm saying? It's that not never addressing, but always have that elephant in the room, so to speak. You know what I mean? It's like, well, if we're not going to heal and resolve, then I'd rather just, not be around. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just not be around. I'd rather not just, they fake, they phony. You understand what I'm saying? Like we don't want to talk about the obvious. So you got people who, detached and go start their own family because resolved issues over here. You know what I mean?
Well, let me ask you this. Okay, right. In my generation, whatever happens in this house stays in this house.
Mm-hmm.
But what does that have to do with the new generation nowadays?
Well, the reason why I'm saying I'm alluding to that is because it's the trickle down effect.
Okay.
It's the trickle down effect, where it's the loss of respect of quote unquote what family is supposed to be if things were never healed, or if things were never resolved. So you don't have people knowing how to be family. You know what I mean? Because certain lessons are not taught. You have mothers now who um wasn't taught by grandmother or things like that. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't taught. I feel like my generation is the last generation that has that bridge of being able to be relatable but still have morals
Yeah.
passed along from your grandparent. My grandparents was old as long as I knew. You know what I'm saying? To be old, but seemed like every generation became younger and younger, and that came as a way or result of, like, let's just say, drugs, unhealed trauma, the breakdown of the family. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of reasons why family is not family the way that it used to be. I feel like, every family has their own circumstances, and we can't really pinpoint one reason as to why,
Right.
but it was the whole drug epidemic that broke down the family. You know what I'm saying? It's a myriad of reasons why families are no
Yes.
longer family. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But I believe it's possible to for family to come back to be wholesome again. But I think in order to do that, unresolved issues have to be resolved. Unresolved trauma has to be healed. You know what I mean? Real conversations, the tough conversation has to happen.
Right.
That's just the way I feel.
Right. And
I
I
think
agree,
so too.
but
I think I agree with everything that has been said,
But I noticed with this new generation, and help me if I'm wrong, the parents want to be their children's friend
That's what I was going. Yep.
and not their parent. A lot of kids, my mother will do this, or my MFing mother, let me be real clear. I've heard that. My MFing mother don't come up here and F you up at the school. And then instead of, for a fact, your child. I know which one of my kids, I know my kids.
You're right.
So if the teacher called me and said, hey, your child was talking, or your child was interrupting the class being silly, instead of me going up there and handling that with my child, either in front of the class or at home, I'm checking the teacher. I'm dead wrong for that. The parents are their kids' friends instead of being their parents. I see that more and more too. They back their kids up even when the kids are dead wrong. I don't understand that.
They don't know how to
But
be a
see,
parent.
that's just like when I
That's a
said
lack
my
of
mother came up
immaturity.
to the school. Kids' mothers, these mothers now, they coming up to the school because they ready to check the teacher or check anybody that did something to their child. They not coming up to the school because Leslie was bad. You know, they coming to check the teacher, but Leslie did a lot of shit in that classroom. Sorry.
No, you good.
She was not paying attention. She was talking. She was chewing gum, which I wasn't like that.
You was running that mom.
But I'm just saying, these young kids, when they go up to the school, just like what was that lady that got beat up because she told the little boy to go sit down, and the mama got on the school bus. This was last year, and they was passing words. I pull it up at work. Yeah, beat that lady up on the school bus. She was just driving the bus. You got to sit down, but the cell phone, let me call my mom. I don't know if it was a boy or a girl, but it was a big thing about it.
Again, we want to be friends.
Mm-hmm.
My kid is never wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know your
they're
kid
not.
is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know your kid, and then you wonder why your kid is calling you all kind of B's and shut the F up and F you mom, F you dad, because
Yeah,
you don't put no fear in them.
lack of maturity though. You know what I'm saying? Lack of home training and lack of teaching that's just being passed down. Because like my parents were young. I had young parents, but I
Me
still
too.
had the backing of my grandmother. Just like your mom was young,
Right.
but you had the backing of your grandmother. So
Your grandfather.
when you have these immature parents not even fully developed having children of their own, and then their mamas act like they're friends to them, and then their mamas act like friends to them, so you have a whole cycle of mamas and daughters teaching each other how to go out and get men. And I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
there is no rearing on the back end. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because I can remember my parents making decisions as it pertains to me and my brother. My parents were very responsible parents, great jobs. I went to private school and everything, but grandma's voice still meant something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? I could say, "Oh, I'm calling grandma." She was like, "I'll
Yep.
call your mom in a minute." "I'll call your mom in a minute." You know what I mean? But when you don't have that rearing of that, like that being raised a certain kind of way, you know what I mean? It's passed along, and unfortunately, it's continually to be passed along, passed along, passed along, and
Mhm.
passed along. So it's like I always say that I think my generation of children, once they become grown, we're going to get back to a place of like wholesomeness, because I feel like my generation has that teaching of, discipline, you know what I mean? And going on punishment and meaning it, taking stuff away, or, however you chose to,
Yeah.
discipline your children. Because my children don't play it with me. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? They do not play it at all. They don't even try it. And
Right.
I'm a divorced mom, and so I raised my children on my own. And thanks be unto God that I don't have fast daughters. I was able to go to work for
My
14,
God.
16 hours a day, and not worry about boys coming in, and because they just knew what they knew about their mama. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
It's gonna go a little bit further than me talking to you. You understand what I mean?
You
mhm.
instilled that fear in
You
them.
know what I'm
You
so
have
it's
to.
you have to, and so however
Absolutely.
you choose to discipline them, you have to be consistent and you can't play with them. Children
Right.
need constant order, consistently, continually, all the time. But when you
Mhm.
don't have that and you're an immature parent having children, it's just going to continue to just cycle through.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's just gonna cycle through. That's why you see some of these mamas, they talking and loud and this is that and third. Because I bet you if you look at her mama, she got it from her mama. I
Right.
always say this when I look at these children tell exactly what the household look like. You don't have to go talking to an adult. If you see how a child is conducting his or herself, they done already told you what
The
they
story.
parents look like.
Mhm.
You don't even need to have a conversation with the parent. When you look at and I say it's not these children's fault because children can only emulate what they see. They can only emulate what's being shown to them. They can only repeat and recycle what's being presented to them. So I think it's just a unfortunate continual cycle.
Yeah.
Starts at home.
Starts at home.
From generation to generation.
I know, and I think the only way we can get hope is like back in the day when we got in trouble, if our neighbors saw us doing something, our neighbors would be like, get over it. You ain't supposed to be doing. And I'm gonna tell your mama when they come up, your
And you
mama
be
and daddy, when
scared.
you come up. You see what I'm saying? Now you see a child doing something, you want to correct them,
But you're
but we
scared.
afraid. Like, am I gonna have to beat this kid up if I say
Right,
something?
right.
Your mama or the daddy.
Go get their little friends.
You know
Go
what I'm
Right,
back.
be
saying?
ready
But
to fight
but
you.
I think, and I even said this about myself, so I'm gonna put this first on me. Like, I cannot be afraid to say something to somebody's children because at the end of the day, they're all our children.
That's true, but I'm not gonna discipline nobody's kids. I might
Well,
pull the mother to the side and say, "Hey, I seen your boy out there smoking some weed." But I'm
yeah,
not gonna
but
it's not like when I was
but
growing.
I'm saying for me because I have a 16-year-old son. I have a soon to be 9-year-old daughter, and I have a 21-year-old daughter. And I think for me, God forbid, if my son was being mischievous out in the street, I would want a stranger to say, "Hey, don't do that. You ain't supposed to be doing that." I mean, so when I see children out in public doing stuff that I feel could potentially cause them harm, I do say something. Now, whether or not if they cuss at me or say, "Man, you understand what I'm saying?" It's like I feel like if I don't say something while I see something going on, you know what I mean? I don't want that to be a result of looking at the news and I say, "Dag, I came across that kid and I saw them doing," and I didn't say not one thing.
I'm kind of gonna switch for 1 second. Um, I hear what she's saying, but as a man, women have a softer touch. There's some things that I can't say. I can say the same thing, but it's not received. Like I can tell a young man, pull up your pants. He immediately is upset with me because I'm a man. But a woman can say to that young man or to a child, "Hey, can you pull up your pants?" I don't know if it's the tone, I don't know if it's the softness of a woman, but women have a easier approach than men do on some things. On some things.
Yeah,
I just a
well,
side note. I just wanted to throw that in there.
yeah, but with me personally, I just can't discipline nobody's child. But I do agree with you, Maya, where like, hey, that shit you doing right now, that's not cool. Come on, let's go
Mhm,
here because you're gonna get arrested. But for me
mhm.
to say, hey boy, pull your pants up, I'm not. I'm not.
No,
Because the
let me
first
tell
thing
you
they're gonna
something.
say, forget you, lady, old lady.
And that's okay. Anybody in my family blood related to me,
No,
they
outside
kids.
your family.
But no, I don't really.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can't. But in my family, anybody blood related to me, they be like, yeah, he don't play. Like he play with us, but he don't play. Like when I say stop and done, if you ask me to watch your kid, anybody on this phone say, Earl, can you watch my kid? And I end up watching your kid, guess what? Your kid is my kid. I'm treating your kid just like I would treat my kid. So if your kid touched the stove and I told you not to touch the stove and I know the stove is still hot and let's say it cooled down, I'm smacking that hand
Oh, don't
if
go
it
there.
didn't
And then
burn.
now you got to deal with Mama Bear.
But that's fine because I'm treating your kid just like it would mine. I'm not gonna bring no harm to my kid.
I be
I'm
like,
not
y'all
gonna bring
not
no
going
harm to
over
yours.
Uncle Earl house no more.
And that's fine.
No,
But
I'm
you
just
tell the
playing.
story why you not coming to Uncle Earl's house. Because I didn't do what Uncle Earl told me to do. I'm not gonna bring no harm to no kid.
No, I'm just joking.
I love it.
I can't wait till I
love the
see you.
babies. I love the babies. I'm like Martin, I love the kids.
No, Martin Lawrence said I'll fight a kid.
I'll do that too. Martin, don't shake your head.
Yeah, but
I'll tell the kids that. I'll be like, you want some of this? Jokingly,
yeah,
not
but
for real.
family is very powerful. Very. And you just have to learn to keep it together. Stay as one unity. That's what it is. So, well, guys, where's Lisa? She done disappeared.
I'm gonna
Like,
disappear on you guys. I gotta go.
hold on, because you have to, we great, and it's 8
I
o'clock.
gotta leave, honey. I'm sorry.
Okay, well,
I
bye.
got a situation.
Okay, well, bye. Lisa. Well, oh, isn't he cute? He like, I want to be first it was your baby, now it's the dog.
I know, always have just a special guest, right? Just popping in.
He's so cute. He got bigger.
Yeah.
He
Never say
really
hi.
got big.
Gotta say hi, Sebastian.
So I'm gonna wait till Lisa come and then I guess we could close it out because it's like 8 o'clock. But it was good that everybody joined.
Yeah,
And
I know Isaac had to cut out,
yeah. And
but I'm glad he got on.
yeah. So anyway, I'm just gonna close out because Lisa gone. And I don't know if she's coming back. She probably had to go get a cigarette. And but it was a good show. And until next time, same time, Thursday, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock or longer. I appreciate you ladies. And
Yeah, this was good. This was a good topic. So yeah, we'll reconvene same time next week.
yep, and live life because life talks. So Miss Martha, you will be up next.
All right, guys, have a good night.
You
All right.
too. Good
Okay.
night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.